We're away.
We're away. Gary's just getting himself sorted with the team sheets here, but we've got Beacon and Koorda in the second game out here of round 1 of the Central Wheatbelt Footy League, and Mitch Foote has just kicked the ball down forward and taken out there by the Beacon player. And we've just had a chat with the winners of the Archie song from the last game, Luke, and who did we have join us? We have Matty Dinsdale and Coden Daddow. How did that game finish up?
Oh, it's a bit one-sided event. I think this one might be a bit closer. It was a bit of a blowout that last game, but it was still a good spectacle to watch.
Absolutely, and we've mentioned it before, we've got all the sports out here in BENCUBBIN for round 1. We've had the hockey, netball just finish up, and we'll provide you with those results shortly, but the second league football match has just started, and we'll hand over to Gary to kick things off.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. We're at the 4.5 minute mark of the first quarter, and no score on the Delta Agribusiness scoreboard, but it's Koorda going forward. There might be a score.
It's Mitch Foote, it looks like, or is that Ryan Cook?
Ryan Cook. Telling me, I haven't seen any of these players, mate.
Ryan Dreves, I don't know Ryan Cook. If it was number 1.
So
who have we got?
Koorda having number Cook. 6 for Koorda is Hayden Cook.
Yep.
He will shoot
that's my
from
shift
the
done.
top of the goal box and should bring up the first major for the game. Kicking towards the town end of Beacon Recreation Centre, and he's put it through for a goal. So Hayden Cook, let's get our composure, fellas, as we at least were there for the first goal. Boy, don't things happen quick in BENCUBBIN when they come awake.
Yeah, it wasn't much time between games there to get sorted, but we've managed to capture the first goal, which is a good result.
The format, Daniel, that's something you can look at if you have a double banger next time. Eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe whoever comes 5th on the ladder at the end of the season, your first semi-final day can be at their ground.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you've got the man director from the league here, Luke Yates, so that's something he'll take as an action to take back to the league.
Okay, so the ball's in the centre of the pitch at the moment, and a free kick. And that will go to Koorda's number 20, which I haven't got. Someone please help me here.
He's kicked it out to Ryan Greaves, number 1. Number 20 from Koorda.
I've got 4 names.
Is Mitchell Norton, number 20.
Mitch Norton, okay. What about Troy Anderson? Has he got a jumper?
We haven't got Troy Anderson, but Travis Turner's number 24 for Koorda as well.
Travis Turner. What about Rowan Fleeton?
Yep, still to be confirmed.
Okay, righto. So the ball's in Koorda's 50-metre arc at the moment, and there's a free kick, and it will go to Beacon. I just realised they're blue and gold. So as the handball comes out to a defender running past, beautiful kick up to the right wing. Oh, big fly by a couple of players. Taking the mark there was Damon Munns. For the Beacon side, sends them forward with a short chip kick. Good, parked it in front of the leading man in Josh Munns, who marks, plays on very quickly, gets it up, player gathers, that's Corey Junk, breaks the arc, shoots, this might bounce through, it's just missed. So, 1 goal straight to Koorda at the 7.5 minute mark of the first quarter, to 1 behind to Beacon from that score. Now the ball's brought out, marked across half-back for Koorda. Big handball. You can almost kick it the same distance. Get in the... receiving the handball was Kerwin McTaggart. He gets it towards a teammate, 70 metres from goal. Oh, the lead was very good. And taking the mark was Blake Derbyshire. He will break the 50-metre arc as he goes back for his shot. So it will bring him about 45 metres from goals. If he goes back much further, he'll back over the boundary line. So that's how tight the shot's going to be. Kicking towards the town end of BENCUBBIN Oval, which means the wind is blowing that way. And might have picked up a bit too since that last quarter of the last game. Beautiful looking kick, I tell you what, he likes it. So, where are we? Derbyshire, Blake Derbyshire, is that right? Derbyshire?
Yep.
Has number 29 has kicked the goal.
Yep.
Fantastic. One of the better goals for the day. Now let's see if Koorda or Beacon can get back into it again.
And the breeze has picked up a bit, Gary. It just feels like it's going down to slightly to Koorda's end. You get the Fremantle doctor come through out here, Luke Yates, or
doesn't quite make it this far out. Chips.
But we have started to get a bit of a breeze coming out.
That one's accurate.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Righto.
Koorda on the left, Beacon on the right, and you have to excuse my handwriting.
Okay. Koorda going forward once again to the half forward line. First to the ball is. Whoops, let's get this the other way. Sorry, mate, I'm getting mixed up with where these go. If you put Beacon on the left, please, mate. Sorry about that.
You're right.
We'll get there anyway. So a couple of players fighting over the ball as the free kick being given to the right.
Josh Munns has got Ryan Greaves holding the ball there.
Okay, so Munns kicks it up to a number 25 for Beacon, big boy. He's the one that should have won the thongs.
Yeah.
What I've seen today. Thank you. We'll get there soon, folks. Just hang in. And remind me to tell you about the. There's a man being held down forward for Koorda, and we'll get a free kick, I'm sure. Or is it going? Yeah, no, the other way. Sorry, the defender was interfered with. So now coming out of defence is Beacon, and the player running over the line with the ball. Yeah, the bowler, boundary umpire agrees, and there will be a throw in. So we're 10.5 minutes into the first quarter. 2 goals, 1 to Koorda. Beacon are 1 behind. I'm seeing K on the board and thinking it's Kalani. I've got to get used to this. So it's Koorda with a chance for a 3rd goal now. They're in their goal 50-metre arc. Oh, that's a good bit of play that time again by 29 for Koorda. That's Blake Derbyshire. He got into the goal front with that kick. Now gathering it up is Ryan Greaves. He gets the ball back, looking for a teammate in Mitchell Foote, the vice-captain, but he can't get to it. Ball was too far in front of him and the ball's out of bounds. About 35 metres around from the right-hand behind post, a chance for Koorda to score from here. If they're good enough, the ball thrown in low. The umpire accepts it though. Gathering and having a shot was number 13, Thomas Stanich. Is that how you say it, Stanich? And it's 1 behind. So on the Delhi Agri-Business scoreboard, we've got Koorda 2 goals, 2 to 1 behind to Koorda. So the kick out now has come to a back pocket player for the Koorda side. And no one can mark it. Chance here in the back for 3 or 4 Koorda players in a group. A couple of handballs. Now a player trying to kick the ball. Had no luck in that. Luke Eaton. Bit of scrappy play at the moment. A handball back from a big player there to player number 16, Damien Munns. But now cutting in and breaking it all up is number 1 again, Ryan Greaves, the captain of Koorda. He gets it down to a player in the right half forward fake who takes the mark, Bo Harrich. He's got a shoulder bandage on his left shoulder, so he should be easy to read in future. He's having a shot from about 45 out. Again, a tight angle. Floating ball. I don't think it's going to even reach the goals. It hasn't. It's brought to the ground, but plenty of maroon and goal in front. Might get something out of this. Player trying to break a tackle. The umpire says no, holding the ball. Fair umpiring as well.
Yeah, that's Mitch Foote there. I think he bit off more than he could chew, unfortunately.
He did.
I was about to back him in for a goal too.
He got a bit excited. Anyway, the kick now from comes out. The player flew about 3 hours before he should have. Missed everything. He was on the ground when the ball reached him. Anyway, that player was Paul. How do you say that?
Paul Zimmons.
How much?
Zimmons.
Immons.
Zimmons.
Zimmon.
Zimminus.
Zimmern. Oh, that's what it's going to be for the rest of the game. Paul Zimmern, and now the ball's gone out of bounds. That's as bad as Bartholomew's.
You said it.
The ball being thrown in.
What do you want?
Once again, the little fella's doing a great job as boundary umpires. Now kicked up towards 60 metres from goal, but taking the mark is a Beacon player in J Munns. There's plenty of Munns out there. As
half the side will be made up of Munns, wouldn't they, Yatesy?
I'd say so, yep. There's a few on there.
Okay. So the ball's been thrown in the exact same spot as it was about a minute ago. We're at 14 minutes into quarter one here, and Koorda leading 2-2 to Beacon's one behind.
There's Albie Munns getting free.
Oh, good bit of football. Showed his speed once he gathered the ball, Albie did. Kicks it, but the kick was smothered a few metres up after he's kicked it, and it's travelled out of bounds about 60 metres from goal down the pavilion end of the ground. It'll be thrown in.
And they've done well to even this up. Beacon Koorda have had all the play early, but only managed the 2 goals too, so they'll be happy with that result.
This time, Jesus, some other big ruckman too out there. A couple of them actually. That player number 30 is huge out there, and he's got the ball forward, which is a good start for Beacon. But unfortunately, I don't have a 30 on my list. As now number 8 has got it. Have I got an 8? No, I haven't even got an 8 on my list.
For Koorda, I think that's Brandon Ward or Michael Munns for Beacon.
I've just got to call them by the number until we find out exactly who it is, if we can. As now it's Koorda coming across half-back, trying to get the break the defence. Number 25's got it. I haven't got a 25 for Beacon either, I'm sorry. Number 4 for Beacon might kick a goal. He hasn't. He's kicked it behind. And that is Bo Harwich. So he's kicked it behind. So on the Delta Agribusiness scoreboard, Koorda go to... Beacon go to 2 behinds to Koorda's 2-2. I'll get hold of this soon. Now the ball being brought out by Koorda's Ryan Greaves. He's been very busy already. Jaden Applegate takes the mark and crosses the boundary line in doing so, as he kicks up towards the complex wing. Chance on the ground for Damien Munns, overruns it in the end. Should have done better there. Oh, good body work that time by Mitchell Foot for Koorda. Broke that attack up, but Beacon were good enough to win it back. They're gone back into their forward line, into the pavilion pocket down there. And now it's Koorda bringing it out of the defence once again. They've kept it onto the complex side. A real gutsy mark that time by Travis Ryan Edwards. Gets the ball down to a teammate who puts it down. Danger looming here for Beacon, and a mark right in the goal box has been taken by a player when he turns around. I'll tell you exactly who it is. If you are the one with the shoulder strap, Derbyshire.
Is it?
Is that correct? Derbyshire with the... Yeah, so he's kicked 2 goals.
You've got the official list, mate, but I don't know if that's quite correct.
Well, we'll just call it. We'll call it the best we can. How's that?
It's how we got it from their manager. So
this is round 1 everywhere. It's at AFL. Country football. I was going to tell you about a player quickly in Catani one day. They had 13 players with the same surname, and they never told us what their initials were. So my co-commentator and I were having a bit of fun. We used that every time.
Yeah.
Kicked the ball to his brother or something like that. We couldn't do anything else. It became a bit of a joke.
When the Munns boys fire up, it'll be a bit like that here. It'll be Munns to Munns to Munns.
Yeah, we got it. But we got it by the third quarter anyway. So now what are we? 18 minutes, first quarter here in the second round one match, Central Wheatbelt Football League today from Beacon. Bit of play from Koorda now, bringing out of the centre Travis Henning. Hello, I'm looking at the wrong numbers here.
That's right, Travis Henning.
Oh, gee. Yeah. So which numbers are the right ones? The black ones or the white?
No, the white ones.
The right ones are...
And they're all in order, that's why I gave you that.
Oh, sorry about that. Righto.
And then Blake Derbyshire just got on the end of that one. Obviously, after a turnover, he's just steamed through the goals and
thank goodness you're watching.
Finished off that. Blake Derbyshire, so that's his first goal for the... It's kick 3 now.
Yeah, if he's number 29, 29's kick 3, hasn't he?
This is his third goal in the first quarter.
I got him for 2.
Who have you given the goals to?
I've got Harwich for 1.
Cook's got 1.
Derbyshire.
Oh, well, okay. Derbyshire must have kicked 2 then.
Yep, that's his second.
My apologies. I'm pretty confused at the moment. 2 goals doesn't confuse me.
I can't make it much easier for
Beacon's score. And once again, the scoreboard attendants sitting in front of the goals for the Koorda side. But I believe it's 3 goals 2 on the Delta Agribusiness scoreboard. And we're at the 19-minute mark, make that 20-minute mark now of the first quarter, as Beacon's Mitchell Applegate gets the ball down towards centre half forward, gathers it again after losing it, now kicks it up to the goal box and taking the mark right in the box is a big man. I think that's number 30, is it?
You're on Koorda there. Look on the other side.
Brendan Beard, I think it is.
Left.
Yeah, I haven't got him. So he's
Brendan Beard.
Beacon's on the left.
Oh shit, that's why I'm looking. Sorry about that. Did I just swear? Sorry about that. Brendan Beard. No wonder I'm getting it bloody wrong.
I'm going to swear. You made me switch him too. I should have left him.
No, yeah.
Beacon on the left, Koorda on the right.
There we go.
Who kicked that?
We'll get it before the last quarter, Gary.
Who kicked it anyway?
Brendan Beard's got that one, number 30 for Beacon.
I expect to get it before the third quarter, mate.
Anyway, if Luke Yates had brought you out some afternoon tea, you might have been all right.
We're having fun,
Coffee
aren't
go
we?
down all right, actually, or a beer.
No, we've somehow ground our way through this. It's an experiment and it's working at the moment. I'm having fun.
The bar's getting pretty busy actually over there.
The 3 viewers online are all on mute.
I bet you they're our partners. Across half back now for Beacon. Ball kicked out towards the complex wing.
Brandon Poole, that is.
Dropped. Number 3 is, sorry, let's get the right.
Brandon Poole.
Brandon Poole.
And it's a good follow-up with a tackle.
And
get into it, Chips. Commentators, mate, they're right in front of us.
Yeah,
Brandon Poole goes in for his forward effort on the play, and unfortunately he's given a free kick away that time for below the knees. And it's gone to number 7 of Koorda, that's Jaden Applegate, who's had about 8 touches in the first quarter. Goes down to half forward. And a great grab, if he's held it, by Bo Harwich. It looked like that's come off Beacon, but he's taken the end of the clunk and goes forward down to... That's Rayner for Koorda. And ended up in Beacon with a turnover and holding the ball. So Koorda are going to line up through Travis Henning there after holding the ball call was called on Ben Dunn from Beacon.
I've got Travis Turner.
Yeah, that's the one. Travis Turner's lining up for Koorda.
So I think we're on the same page now, Daniel.
And what's he done? Is he snuck it in, Gary?
Yes, he's got a goal. We like it. So on the Delta Agribusiness scoreboard, we're at the 30 and 30-minute, 40-second mark of the first quarter, and it's... who's the bloody visitor here?
So we've got Koorda.
Beacon's a visitor.
Beacon's a visitor, and they're on top. No wonder I'm confused.
Koorda 6-2 to Beacon 1-2.
They're on top of the scoreboard, but they're...
Yeah, righto. So top of the scoreboard. 1 goal, 2 to Beacon. Koorda are 6 goals, 2 already?
Yep.
Wow. Where have I been? Anyway.
Trying to figure out my handwritten team
No,
list.
it's nothing to do with that, mate. Proper planning prevents poor performance. the sheets just weren't available when we needed them.
Missed a word out there. Very PG.
So
I did get a message about the S word already, so
yeah,
there is a few viewers.
That wouldn't be Courtney Miller sitting at home, would it?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't noticed him here helping.
You won't be winning any thonks today, I can tell you. Anyway.
It's a lovely kick down the wing.
Oh, good effort to attempt to mark that time by Beacon's Shaq Morton. The ball's been sent down towards the 50-metre arc.
It's been good early, Shaq.
Now it's been broken up by... I keep looking at...
Jaden Applegate's got it on the wing here.
Yeah, now... And there's a mark taken just backward of left wing on the complex side of BENCUBBIN Oval. Plenty of players playing volleyball over there. The umpire's found a free kick and it will go to...
Bo Harwich.
Bo Harwich, who's got the strap.
Oh.
And he gets it towards the corridor on that occasion.
And Jay Munn's got the free kick there for Beacon.
Jay Munns, righto. Number 9, I'll see if I've got him for Beacon. I have. We're getting there slowly. It's like a raffle, this. And he's looked for his big man, who marks with the second attempt, which was over this side of the line, which I would
Looks
have
like they've paid it.
Yeah, well, I don't mind. Doesn't matter. Meant nothing. The siren is gone.
Apollo Solomon.
Here.
Looks like that is.
So at quarter time, Koorda are 6 goals 2, and Beacon are 1 goal 2. So a 5-goal difference. And Koorda, I'll just write that down. Now we got to go across to Daniel Murphy and Luke Yates.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a...
It's a frazzled first quarter in the commentary box,
we
but
will improve.
Out of the game, I think, Koorda obviously started the game pretty well. They didn't get much reward for effort early. They had about 4 shots on goal and only got the two, and then they got things together later in the game, later in that quarter, sorry. So ended up, 6 goals 5 to the 1 goal 2 of Beacon. I think for Beacon, Shaq Morton had a really good few first efforts there. Number 4 for Beacon started the game well with Josh Munns, who it's good to see he's back out at Beacon after a bit of a stint at West Perth throughout the 2022 season. He shared the ball with Albie Munns, and all the other Munnses that are out there. They had a field day with the footy, and it was good to see from Koorda's end. Jaden Applegate had plenty of the ball, number 7. And down in the forward line, Blake Derbyshire got the end of a couple. So the best players for the start of the game, Ryan Greaves had about 9 or 10 touches in the first 10 minutes. He went a little bit quiet towards the end of that first quarter, but started the game really well. As I mentioned, Shaq Morton from Beacon started well with Josh Munns, and also Brandon Ward had a few touches as well from Beacon, and Hayden Cook got on the end of a couple. So that was a bit of a summary of the first quarter, Gary.
Yeah, we got. Have we got all the goals tallied up? 6.
Yeah, Luke's got them.
Got two for Derbyshire, 1 for Hayden Cook. This is for Koorda. 1 for Bo Harwich and Ty Henning as well, who I had in my best as well there. Chips. He had a pretty good quarter, and one goal for Beacon. That went to Brandon Beard.
Trav Henning for Koorda.
Yep.
Yeah, he started the game well once he come on. He had a few good impacts there as well. So, first quarter, obviously, bit of a breeze, as we mentioned earlier, to Koorda. So, I'm not sure if it's a 7-goal breeze that they've got the lead of, but, nonetheless, a bit of a breeze going down Koorda's end, Gary. So, hopefully Beacon can pick a couple back, and we've got a bit of a closer game than we had in the first game.
Yes.
It's been a solid start from the Koorda Boomers Footy Club.
Yeah, Beacon coached by Garth Taylor that played at Dockers.
That's right, yeah. Garth's he spent a fair bit of time out of the Central Wheatbelt, had a number of seasons out at Nungarran Towns before they unfortunately went into recess, and he used to bring a busload of players out there. So I would imagine a few new faces out in the Beacon Footy Club. Looks like he's done the same for them, so that's also great to see. But Garth Taylor, he played a few games, Yatesy, probably back in the 2016, 17, 18 seasons, and
for Dockers, you mean?
Nah, for Nungarran Towns right. In the Central Wheatbelt Footy League. So it's good to see he's back out here coaching, because he was a player coach back then. But as we can see, he's got everyone listening here in the quarter time chat. And Gary, you probably got more knowledge of his AFL career when he played for Freo, but yeah, he's had a really big impact in the league, so great to see he's back involved in the Beacon Footy Club.
His old man actually played back in the day for Nungarran as well, so
right.
Old boys like my old man and a lot of the old boys.
So they've got family ties through the Nungarran area, obviously.
Yep.
He played for Fremantle Dockers in 99 and 2015 games, kicked 13 goals. But his career started in 97 with Swan Districts, and that first season he scored 14 votes in the Sandover Medal voting too. Played 108 games at Swan Districts, 10 for South Fremantle from 97 to 2010, and was a very good footballer. And if my memory serves me right, he really got a bad injury at Swans. And it looked like it was going to rub him out of his career, but he was good enough to build that sort of tally after a bad injury. So you've got that experience, and let's hope he does have the magnetism to attract those players.
Yeah, and I'm surprised he hasn't got the boots on today. It's only a few years, like I said, that he was playing out here, and still a very handy player. Obviously, his waffle career was a number of years ago now, but nonetheless, it's great to see him coaching. And we'll see what the words that he provided in the huddle then at quarter time are going to have any impact on the Beacon players that need a bit of a lift. It's pretty clear on the scoreboard that they need to find something in this second quarter to make sure we've got an interesting game here out in BENCUBBIN for the second game of the round one of the 2023 season.
So quarter of 5-2 at quarter time. I hope you've only got 5 goal kickers then, fellas.
I've got 4 goal kickers. I've got Derbyshire for 2 goals.
Yeah, good. You're right then.
I'm not the commentator.
So
I'm just
4-goal lead.
Scorer.
Right. So now Koorda trying to...
we're on the ball now. We're all over it.
Yeah, good. About bloody time.
Joel Lancaster's having a go at us from Perth. He might as well be here in the bar. If he's going to have a go at us, it might as well be from within earshot.
No, fair enough. They'll get you to coach again, mate. Anyway,
not sure what Joel's still doing with his sound on, but thanks for tuning in.
For Koorda. He's across the right wing on the complex side, gets it down, but it's a blue and gold mark at the back there, left half back flank. Lead from a teammate in Paul Zedman, who takes the mark. It plays on for Beacon, takes it to the towards the half-forward flank on the left side of the ground, and it's destroyed over the line and out of bounds by a Koorda player with the big fist. So a ball to be thrown in. Little boundary umpire's biding his time, waiting for the ruckman to arrive. Don't forget it is round one. Probably everyone's got to get back into gear, yeah? Whoops, that will be retained. No, obviously not. The ball's play on. That's fair enough if it's going to be like that for the whole game. And a high tackle, I thought the umpire will come in and break it up and throw the ball up. So we're at the 1.5 minute mark of the second quarter this time.
And pulling himself off the bottom of the pack there, Gary's Josh Munns, who spent a bit of a stint in the Waffle Reserves last year.
Right, okay. Josh Munns. Yep, I haven't got anything on him. Anyway, the ball being kicked back to the same spot that it started from with the big, with the throw up, the big punch, almost that time by Beacon's Brandon Poole. Thought might got carried over the line, that hasn't, so there'll be another throw in or throw up. His umpire just explaining to the little fella to come in a bit, I think. Probably pretty daunting for a little kid to be doing this at the league level.
Yeah, it's great to see the kids obviously involved in running the boundary out here in BENCUBBIN, Gary, that a lot of the kids have come back from boarding school and probably the ones that are doing the boundary probably a bit young to get down to boarding school, but it's great to see them involved and having a crack.
It, mate. Our sport's about families.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're not high quality, high level football where you can drop 5 players and get 5 of equal ability back up there.
Yeah, definitely.
That doesn't happen in country. Anyway, it's Beacon now having control, but in defence at the moment. Where getting the ball is Josh Munns, gets it down to the left wing once again, but parked underneath it is a Koorda player, takes the mark, plays on with a short chip pass that carries that player. Now comes the Beacon player in Sean Wheatley. He gets it looked for a teammate, but it carried over that attended player and it's gone out of bounds, coming back the other way from a kick from Koorda player. So taking it is Shaq. No, not Shaq, it's Paul Zedmin. As his kick is being, this is kick to kick at the moment, that's a Koorda mark across right half back. That player being Jay Munns. Maybe I should just use surnames. That would work. 3 is Mitchell Foot. No, sorry, 3 Brandon Poole. Let's get the right side again, sorry. And this ball's gone out of bounds about 50 metres out from the goal now for the Beacon side, kicking towards the town end of BENCUBBIN Oval, and there'll be a throw-in. This is a chance. They're the Bombers, aren't they?
Beacon Bombers?
Beacon Bombers, yeah. For the Bombers. Now, player has it. Oh, handballs to a free player. Oh, and he's missed from 15 metres out in the corridor, and he'll be spitting chips at the moment. And probably had time. Maybe someone said, you got a second. Yeah, but
it wasn't a bad clearance by Zimmerman there. Had a bit of a shake and bake and got the hands through. It was almost a certain goal.
Is that who?
Number 6 for Beacon, Zimmerman, yep.
For Beacon, Zimmerman. That's easier to say. Right. So now it comes out to the right wing, and taking the mark is Travis Turner for Koorda. Passes to a mate who marks the ball on the run. Mitchell Norton gets a kick long, but it only lands with a Beacon player down the back there. I think that's Ben Munns, sorry. Jay Munns, number 9. He gets it out.
Yeah, he's been solid back there, Jay, today.
Right, he has. It's the same player, yeah. Number 5, Albie Munns now gets it across to Brandon Poole. Gets it a good pass to a teammate who takes the mark, just backs up, wasted a second or 2, handballs to a teammate who's run into trouble. A wall of Moraine in goal. Somehow never gave away a free kick, but certainly lost possession of it as Mitchell Foot has put it to Foot from the half-back flank for Koorda, and his teammate across the left wing has got it, scoreboard side, gets a grubbered kick into the 50-metre arc. A player coming forward picks it up.
Yeah, that's well done by Jay Munns again.
Harwich. Harwich now has a shot from rather than pass it from where he was, and it's gone across the face of the goals and out of bounds down in the pavilion pocket.
Greavesy was out by himself. I think he was yelling for it, but I think he might have been just out of range for a pass.
Okay.
Would have been a good spot if he could get it to him.
So a chance now from this throw-in for Koorda. Ruckman bring it down. Koorda still got it in as a attended kick by a Beacon player, was smothered and a ricochet back over the boundary line. Will be thrown in again against the right hand behind post at the pavilion end of BENCUBBIN Oval from this throw-in. Now it's Koorda's player in 12 is Aaron Cuthbertson, has had a snapshot on his right. He was pushed off balance. He might be a right footer, maybe he's a left footer looking for that, but it's gone out of bounds again on the other side of the goal. So now it's 10 metres around from the left hand behind post to be thrown in. So still Koorda with a chance to score from this throw-in. Ball hits the deck, players converge. This time it's Jay Munns on his knees. His handball goes astray. Koorda picked it up, a high kick. It was only a little kick pulled off as he was about to kick it, but it's landed in the arms of Travis Henning, who will have a shot. He's about 2 metres out, so he can't miss it. Just kicks it over the marksman's head, and it's a goal. So we're at the not a 7.5 minute of the second quarter on the Shire of Mount Marshall scoreboard. We have Koorda now 6 goals 2 to Beacon's 1 goal 3.
Yeah, and it's a good start there by Travis Henning. He was 2-on-1 down in the forward line and did well to bring that one in and then finish it off with the goal. He was obviously in Luke's best at quarter time, so it's good to see he started the second well as well.
So we have to, we're waiting hopefully for Koorda to start clawing their way back into this game.
Beacon, yeah, behind by a few
Beacon,
goals here,
sorry,
yeah.
yep. So the big ruckman wins that down for Beacon on that occasion. That's Apollo Solomon. I can't forget his name then. 1 sock down, 1 sock up. And he wins a ruck tap, but it only goes to Maroon and goal on this occasion. Players converge from everywhere, bottlenecks up, and it'll be a throw up. Almost at the end of the cricket pitch. Solomon goes up again, wins it back, doesn't find blue and gold again with the ruck tap. Oh, it's a bit scrappy out there at the moment. Some of them are arrested on the cricket pitch at the moment trying to win a kick. But the umpire will go in and throw the ball up again. Bit stop-start. We're 9 minutes into the second quarter. And Koorda lead by almost 5 goals. Is there a tackle there I thought might have been paid? Now Koorda across half back. 26 is Alexander Sheed. He gets the ball to a teammate on the wing. Little fella out there for Koorda picks it up.
That's Ryan
Nice
Greaves.
kick. The lead was brilliant too, and perfectly placed by Ryan. And unfortunately wasn't marked though, but on the ground a very good effort by Mitchell Foote. He passes it to a teammate in Travis Hennon, goes out of the corridor but finds a teammate who marks and will shoot 40 metres out on a tight angle from where he is. I haven't identified him as yet.
You can just see Koorda's foot skills there are just a level above Beacon at the moment. They haven't had a clean passage of play yet in this quarter, Beacon, and Koorda just able to hit up targets and resulting in a shot on goal.
Koorda's goal kicking machine just going on now.
Is that Gabe Dark that kicked that or not? Is it a number, or it's not Travis Turner, is it, or is it? I thought he had a 4 on his back.
Luke's got the live stream there. He's
having a drink now, but we'll have to.
You want me to watch the replay?
Give us a number.
Yeah, we'll catch him. Good. He only has to turn his back. He's going to come over here and tell us by the looks. He's walking this way. Perfect afternoon for football in BENCUBBIN.
Travis Turner.
Ball being thrown up once more. Solomon wins this one in a big way, fists it, it breaks the 50-metre box.
Yeah, they're out here.
Centre. They are around as Josh Munn gets it, and I was about to say scores a goal on the run from about 35 metres, but he's missed. Geez, that would be frustrating. That was brilliantly done by 2 players on that occasion. Maybe it's good enough to lift them though, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. It was good to see the ruckman clearly winning the tap there. I think Beacon are known for their clearance work out of the centre, so that's going to be one thing that's going to get them back in the game. So didn't get the result they were after, but good signs for them getting it.
That last goal kicker was anyway. Travis Turner. Travis Turner, last goal, yeah.
Yep.
Good play by 2 players fighting for the ball. No one wins it cleanly, but the umpire will come in and bounce it when it hit the deck. 3 or 4 players on the ball.
I didn't see someone walk past with a cattle prod, but I reckon they got Josh Munns with it. He's just fired right up. That's exactly what Beacon need.
Yeah,
he's got to get them back in the game if they're going to have a chance today, Josh Munn. So
absolutely, on a perfect day. So now Beacon through Ryan Greaves. He's been talented, the skipper for the side. Finds Bo Harwich. He goes in towards the centre. kicks it to
Mitch is going to have to go for goal, yeah?
Yes, he's gone for goal at the top of the goal front. Oh, good play. I thought he might have grabbed it just before the grass. Good effort by a Koorda player on that occasion. Didn't complete it though. Good umpiring as well then, as the ball comes out now and in the arms of Jay Munns. Been very good in defence. Takes the mark to relieve the pressure again for Beacon, to drive the Bombers forward again towards the complex side. Good stretch that time by Bo Harwich. Wasn't good enough to mark the ball though. Kick from left wing towards the half forward line now for Beacon. A chance. Good body work that time by Mitchell Applegate.
Oh, he's gone.
And free kick for Beacon.
It's going to Albie Munns there by the looks.
Albie Munns.
Looks a bit proppy, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not like him to play deep forward, so there might be something else going on there.
What they do need from him is a goal. Brendan Beard, the only goal scorer so far for Beacon. See if he kicks it to the right goal post. He certainly doesn't. He was lucky to even score with that. It just almost touched the left behind post.
Yeah, it was great work there by Zimmerman at the half back flank here for Beacon. Used his body, didn't quite hold the mark, but he was able to get it out to Josh Munns, who was streaming down the wing, and resulted in a shot on goal. So looks like Zimmerman and Josh Munns are going to be the two that are going to get them back in the game here.
Okay, as we got Koorda now just kicking out of defence, across half back. We've got Thomas Standich. Kicks it, gets a bump as he's kicked it. Wasn't much in it, but it was enough to start a bit of a push of war. A couple of guys lucky a boot never met someone's face on that occasion. They were arrested and didn't realise another two players were coming in to join in. Anyway, the umpires have let it go. I don't think there'll be a report there, as it's in the centre of the ground now. Chance there for Mitchell Norton. He gets a grubbered kick, terrible kick actually when you have a look at the result of it. Now it's picked up beautifully by a Koorda player.
Travis
Looks for a player after a couple of steps forward. That player should have marked, he didn't. That being Bo Harwich. He'll be berating himself after that mess up, and then it's picked up by Albie Munns, who with a nice chip pass had found a teammate who has taken the mark and plays on very quickly, and number 4 Shaq Morton takes it from the kick. Number 2 I think kicked that. Corey Junk, is it?
Yep.
Yes it is. And now Shaq Morton will shoot from about 45 metres out on a slight angle, but needs to go to the right hand goal post and hopefully not kick it as high as that goal post, just direct it through. Player on the mark is 10 metres back from the arc. Oh, it just got touched on the line, I believe, from here. No, it's gone through. Very good kick by Morton, so that's healthy for this game. 2 goals 5 now, and we're at the 15.5 minute mark of the second quarter. It's a 7 goals 2. Now let's see if they can do it again and again.
They had the last 3 forward entries, so the others only resulted in behind. So it was good to see that Shaq Morton was able to put one through, because that would have really hurt if they missed another one after a bit of momentum. So we'll see if that sparks something.
Well, it sparked him with that little bit of how to do on the ground, maybe.
Yeah, that was by Jay Munns, who's been solid at half back there for him, and he was able to get that forward and resulted in a goal. So
excellent. Big ruckman again. That's Solomon once again.
They're not having any trouble in the ruck, are they?
Well, Apollo Solomon, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to meet him in the dark alley at night, I'll tell you. With Koorda now coming out to the right wing, and it's Travis Turner. Oh, well done. He's got himself speared through 2 attended tackles at the moment and got the ball moving again towards Koorda's end, which is the pavilion end of BENCUBBIN Oval, but it can't break the 50 metre arc at the moment. There's the ball's on the ground and players are rustling over it. Finally a handball comes out to Beacon player Lachlan Dutt. His kick goes astray. Marking it is Mitchell Applegate. He goes towards the centre half forward position. The ball hits the deck. Player, I thought, threw the ball. Number 12, the umpire doesn't agree. Players jumping on it rather than trying to knock it on and running on it, and it'll be bottlenecked and up again, a throw up. So we're at the 17-minute mark of the second quarter in the Shire of Mount Marshall scoreboard. 7 goals 2 to Koorda. Beacon are 2 goals 3, 5, 3 it is by the looks. 2 goals 3. So now we go after the throw up. It's gone towards Beacon's right wing. Down there's Ben Dunn. Gets it to a teammate who then brings it into the centre of the ground. Oh, a nice bit of play here. Taking the mark will be Albie Munns. He's looking for a teammate and should find him in Daniel Munns. Daniel's marked on the pass was terrible. He's let it slip, Daniel, that one, looking for a free kick down the field a bit, but he's probably berated himself too. That was poor stuff, just lacked a bit of confidence. They need to kick and run. Oh, that was a good bit of ruck work that time by Sean Wheatley. Although Beacon won the ruck, it's now being brought out by Travis Turner. He's been playing well forward and also in the back at the moment. Handballs over towards Jay Applegate. From there, Applegate gets the ball.
Well done
back
there
almost
by Matt Dunn to win the contest. It was a 2-on-1, so to get that out of bounds is a good result for Beacon.
Okay. This time the ruck work won by Sean Wheatley again.
Albie Munns getting a high free kick.
What, for too high was it?
Yeah, it was too high in the tackle there.
Right. Turner in front or gets carried.
Gee, they're out the back.
Yes, chance now there for Hayden Cook. Overran the ball. Too high tackle there, surely. The umpire didn't see it or doesn't agree, and he'll come in and throw the ball up. Tell you what, both those players were working hard for their sides. Fantastic effort. Number 1 is Ryan Greaves, who's really impressed me. And number 15, I don't have a 15 for Beacon. Anyway, the
Matt Lane.
Ball now kicked towards the left half forward flank and goes out of bounds.
Matt Lane, 15.
We don't have any stats on the clearances, unfortunately, but Beacon are winning them significantly.
Oh yeah, ruck throw ups, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great play, seeing the umpires.
Yeah, well done.
And the league itself doing that. I think that's excellent. If you can't get the big boys to do it, the little boys will do it as long as you support them.
Yeah, it's something that's been happening out here for a number of years, Luke,
well,
getting the juniors to do the boundary, and it's a great way to keep them involved and also earn a bit of pocket money. I think they get a...
Oh, they love getting involved, and it's definitely got harder since all the year 7s went away for high school now. The kids are getting smaller and smaller, but they love giving it a crack.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's pretty well respected by the players that, if they don't get it the first go, that they're going to get it eventually. So everyone's pretty good with it. And I think it's something
a sensational thing to do. Yeah, Corey Junk has hit the goal for Beacon, and they kicked the last 2.
Got a bit of a run on here. They've had the last 4 shots on goal and kicked the last 2 goals.
Yeah, so that's good. Well, what do we have? 21 minutes into the second quarter. They still might have 10 minutes left here to go in this quarter. Pardon me, they only have to kick another 2 and it will give them a lot of hope.
Yeah, and the Fremantle Doctors somehow stopped, so it's not the win that's helping them out.
What do you mean? The doctor, the win? I thought
these Perth blokes don't know much around here.
Well, he wasn't from Perth originally, was he?
No, the family's from BENCUBBIN.
You took him in.
Yeah. But the local knowledge is obviously limited.
Oh, that's what Perth does to you, mate. Anyway, the ball's in the middle again. Players throwing their bodies there. They're not trying to keep on their feet enough, I believe, and it's slowing the game down. And they're decreasing their chances. Like this number 6 is very good.
And there's Josh Munns and Zimmerman linking up again. They've been really handy connection today. So if Zimmerman puts this back, they're right back in this, aren't they, Gary?
But he did exactly what I was...
And then he's given it back to Josh Munns.
I was just saying, at least he kept his feet there. I think it's important. A lot of play, they're throwing themselves and ended up horizontal.
Yep.
And that slows you down.
And once you go to ground, that's just about it, isn't it? So he did well to keep his feet, and won the free kick, and now Josh Munns has a chance to peg back another one. And that's not going to help.
No, they're shooting for goals, destroying them. One of the things I was going to say, though, Daniel, Ken Armstrong, who coached Perth to their last 2 premierships in 1976 and 77, once said to me, when you've got one hit the deck, you've only got 17 players on the ground. And that's so true, isn't it? And here today we've seen more than one from each side on the ground. So it's something to think about.
Yeah, and you look in the AFL like players like Christian Petrarca that managed to have a strong core and keep their feet.
Yeah.
It has a significant impact, doesn't it, being able to keep it and get the ball out rather than going on the ground and you either lose or have the contest at best.
Absolutely. The other thing is the difference between a champion and a top-level player is the champion knows what he's doing before he gets the ball. Once he's got the ball, it just unfolds. Ordinary players get the ball and they think, now what do I do with it? And you'll find that out over a career. You see what the difference is between good and ordinary players. Anyway, that wasn't even 25 minutes to my watch, but I'm not going to argue because it's half time and it's 7-2 to Koorda on the Shire of Mount Marshall scoreboard to Beacon's 3-5 at half time. It was 5-2 to Koorda, so they only scored 2 straight goals in that second quarter. 3-5 to Beacon, and they kicked 3 behind. 2-3. So
they managed to win the quarter.
Yeah, they
Beacon
did.
After dropping the first couple of goals, I think. So not a bad result from them. I think they'll take that into half time with a real positive attitude to come out in the third then. Right in the game, and it's good to see we've actually got a bit of a tight contest here after a bit of a blowout in the first.
Well, you want to run down your list and say the better players, and I know Luke will give us the goal score.
Yeah, so obviously Beacon winning the quarter. We've had Jay Munns was solid from the centre half back there. We've also had Josh Munns linking up with Zimmerman, who was both really instrumental there from Beacon winning the quarter. And then from Koorda's perspective, Mitch Foote, the vice-captain, and Ryan Greaves, both the captain, really stood up for them, and they were both linking up nicely. And out of the middle, Jaden Applegate was good, and they had Travis Henning, who Luke mentioned at quarter time. He was really good for them early in that quarter. It got on the end of one and then set up a couple of goals as well. So, there's a handful of players there that are probably in contention for the Archie's Footwear prize that is an extremely valuable one out here in the Wheatbelt, and there's only a couple of pairs left after Luke has put the rest in the back of his ute.
Yeah, they've disappeared, haven't they? They must be...
now, I just want to acknowledge the people bringing this game to us and just warn Bailey Powell behind the buttons there that we're going to go for a break this half-time soon. I'll just thank all the people for making today possible, and that being yourself, Bailey, with Lockie Rusco and, of course, John Douglas from Dartfish Australia, and also the Shire of Mount Marshall and Delta Agribusiness and Archie Footwear, best each team award presenters today, and also Luke Yates and of course Daniel Murphy, who didn't intend to be sitting here all day with us but having to do it because the job needed to get done.
I think Dan Murphy's found his niche. He's pretty good.
Yeah, well, he's filled in beautifully.
I was about to say we're better for the experience, but that would be a lie.
We'll have a short break because Daniel and Luke were probably going to be that interview at half-time of this game anyway. So we'll catch up after a short break.
I'll run through some netball and hockey awards when we come back.
Okay.
Yep.
Community Recreation Centre, where we're just about to start the third quarter for the game, Koorda and Beacon. But before we do, I'll pass straight over to Daniel Murphy. We've got a special visitor for our last half.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. And we've just got Dan Akers in the commentary box here, out of the BENCUBBIN Recreation Ground, as Gary mentioned. And good opportunity to get Dan on board, who's been out here for his second year running now and coming off a good first round win. How'd you find the game, Dan? You're probably pretty happy with that?
Yeah, super happy with the response. I think we obviously had a few new faces out there compared to last year, and yeah, I was super stoked to see how the boys responded with the first game. Obviously got a pretty good result, but and credit to Mucka, they battled all day. They never dropped their heads. We were saying amongst ourselves like they just kept competing all day, non-stop, and credit to them for hanging in there.
Yeah. Have you played in much of those situations, Dan? Did you get belted by that much?
I spent a couple of years at Savannah, so they do all right there. So probably haven't in a while.
How have you found the footy out in the Wheatbelt, Dan? You've obviously been involved now for just over 12 months, heavily involved with the Central Wheatbelt representative country champ side. So you've had a significant impact, obviously, on the footy side up in Killarney, but also in the broader Wheatbelt community as well. How have you found your time out here over the last 12 months?
Yeah, absolutely terrific. I think in terms of the quality of play, I found it definitely be a lot more of a physical league. Yeah. The guys definitely kind of crack in. It's a lot more of your traditional sort of hard-nosed country footy. But in terms of I guess the league altogether, the biggest thing that stood out to me was coming from a lot of other leagues. This league seems to be the most, I guess, communal. It looks like every town's kind of always trying to help each other out, especially with COVID last year. Sometimes you'd have clubs that might have been a few players short, but everyone's sort of pitching in to help and give a few extra players just to make sure all the clubs get through. And it really stood out to me how much everyone. I feel like everyone's married to each other's brothers or sisters, from the other sides and stuff. And it seems like a really all together league, which is a real nice thing to be a part of.
That's just Koorda and Beacon.
And you've obviously got a bit of a passion for coaching as well. Yes. Being involved in the country champ side for the Central Wheatbelt, is coaching something that you'd like to carry on through your time through the Wheatbelt and potentially get more experience in other roles going forward as well?
Yeah, definitely. I've always enjoyed being involved in some sort of coaching and development aspect. Obviously took the reins for the Country Week side last year, and I was really wrapped with how the group came together. I think in the previous sort of years maybe it lacked a bit of structure coming into it, but I think we really put some things in place, not only just myself but as a league, putting things together to really make it a weekend that everyone wants to be a part of, and I guess almost fight to get into it. So I think we set the standard last year really, really well, and I think we look to build on that going in to the champs this year. And I think if we can get all the talent we can on the weekend, I reckon we'll go quite far. So really looking forward to going around for another year with it.
Yeah, perfect. And thanks again, Dan, for joining us. We'll let you go with a pack of Archie's footwear. Who are the major sponsor today.
For the rest of the game, Dan, or you're packing up?
We'll probably stay for another 10-15 or so.
Give us the other side
you can help with the special comments, because Luke and I have been struggling.
No, you haven't. We've been having fun, mate. Anyway, the ball's in the forward line at the moment for the Beacon side, as it's about to be brought out of defence for Koorda. It's kicked towards the left half forward flank. The big man standing in front has taken the mark, and that is Koorda's Bo Harwich. He plays on and finds a leading player down there who's also taken the mark, and I think that's Blake Derbyshire it is. He has taken the mark. He has kicked at least 2 goals that I'm aware of, and he's a left footer. So usually this would be the right side for a right footer, but anyway, Derbyshire will have a shot. If he once again kicks towards that right goal post, he might stand a chance. He certainly won't with that. It's missed everything. In fact, the left hand behind post by about 5 metres. That looked like a Luke Yates shots to me.
Who you been talking to?
There's no need for that, was there?
I was thinking you know me too well.
Yeah, we'll see we met about.
I've got a deal going with the local Shire president, Tony Sash. If I kick a goal, he owes me a Corona, but he hasn't been out of many Coronas.
Oh, okay.
He's pretty safe in that bet.
Okay, so the ball being kicked out by Jay Munns for Beacon. Oh, high tackle, I thought. The umpire agrees, and it'll be a Beacon free kick across half back. There's no need to get caught in the wrestle. Now, where did that start from? There's a free kick. The umpire got it right. I see no problem with it. Anyway, the recipient will be Lachlan Dunn for Koorda, just forward of right half back on the complex side of BENCUBBIN Oval. As Beacon go forward, player on the ground trying to push it out, miscued. Oh, another player dives on the ball, got high tackle, he gets up and tries to kick it. That's Josh Munns, he's in there fighting like a bulldog that time. Beacon with a chance went to centre half forward, but now being cleaned up by the Koorda defence. Marking it across half back was Ryan Edwards, gets it to a teammate on the wing position, and that was Ryan Edwards. Thomas Standich it was, as the ball being sent towards the boundary line in front of the broadcast position here. Beautiful gather that time by Kerwin McTaggart, and he gets it to the 50-metre arc, and the mark is a Koorda mark. So there'll be maybe a scoring chance from this mark. That was Thomas Standich, who moved down very quickly. 13 has it. Handballs to a teammate who will goal from there is Bo Harwich. So at the 3.5 minute mark of the third quarter, Koorda move on to 8 goals 2, and Beacon stay at 3 goals 3 on the Delta Agribusiness scoreboard. What do you think of that bit of play, Dan?
Not too bad. I think McTaggart did really well to get into the forward line.
Just put that a bit closer to you,
Yeah, I was just going to say McTaggart did really well to get into the forward line. He's probably another one in terms of talking about Country Week beforehand. He's someone who we'd definitely love to get involved this year. He's probably one of the best, if not probably the best defenders in the comp. He's a quality player, so hopefully we can get him involved.
He went pretty well last year too, down there, so it'd be good to get some of these blokes return and playing alongside each other again at Country Week.
Yeah, I thought he was, in terms of the grand final, I thought he was probably top 5 players. He was a real standout all day.
Well, Beacon have a free kick from that throw up. The ruckman was Sean Wheatley. He won that. Now the kick goes to right half forward. A mark there to Albie Munns. He shoots. He's curved it beautifully and just missed the left-hand goal post and through for a 6-pointer. Maybe that's going to be enough to fire up Beacon from here on in.
Yeah, it's a terrific kick there,
wasn't
Albie?
It?
Unreal. Can play.
Didn't look real convincing, but it snaked its way through, turned left and right. And
they've read the win.
I reckon he'd be pretty happy with himself.
It doesn't matter how it goes through, it's how it goes down on the page.
Yeah, exactly.
So watching these blokes, you played Koorda in the grand final last year. Over the last season, who was your biggest or your hardest opponent to play against, you reckon?
I think they do a lot of things in terms of, they're not like a one-trick pony at all. I think they've got a lot of things that they kind of offer. I think, Greavesy out on the wing, he's always a guy you got to watch out for. Each week we're going in, we always probably have a player that's just allocated to him because he's probably a bit of a barometer, I think, for Koorda.
Just before we get back to you, we've got Apollo Solomon shooting from about 45 metres out directly in front to the pavilion end of BENCUBBIN Oval. Let's see, he won't reach with that. It might be destroyed. It's brought down, it's kicked out, and it's a goal.
There we go, Beacon's on.
Yeah, lost his number, was it?
30. Brandon Beard again for second.
Beard has kicked a goal, so that's 2 in quick fashion now for Deakin, and that's excellent. Let's hope it does lift them. We're only 6 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, and I was just saying, I guess with Koorda, definitely got a lot of dimensions that they can play with. I think, Ryan Edwards as well. He's a pretty standout for there. He's a pretty big-bodied guy, going through the midfield as well when he goes through the forward. You definitely got to take notice of him. He's quite strong. And then, obviously McTaggart in the back line, he really sets the tone for there, and I reckon he's definitely found a home there for years to come. You
wouldn't have played much against Josh Munns. He was playing in Perth last year, but you played against him before or with him.
So Munnsy, I did all my waffle colts with him growing up. He's present grown too much higher.
Nah,
but
just outwards.
Yeah. Oh no. To be honest, I think he was probably that thick
pretty
as well.
Fit at the moment.
But he was an absolute gun coming through. I think he did state 16s. I think from memory or something along those lines. he was always like a quality standout player, like for us in the midfield.
Yep.
And yeah, no, he's just an absolute gun. Like he's someone, you know, when we verse Beacon next week, we'll definitely give him a lot of attention coming into the week, because you know he's a class player. He definitely deserves a lot of respect.
He's pretty hard to tackle. It was a while ago, but when I'd have to put him down as one of my hardest opponents that I ever come up across.
I don't think you try and tackle him. I think you just try and avoid him down the ball so you don't have to do it.
We've got Koorda with the mark just for the right wing. That player out there is Hayden Cook. Gets it to a teammate. Gone close to the boundary line though. 70 metres from goal. There's 2 on 2 down there. The ball carries all 4 actually. Chance for Beacon to soccer off. Player does that off the ground, but opens up a chance for Koorda. Chip pass into the corridor, and taking the mark for the attacking side is Rainer Wells.
There.
Rainer Wells.
Yep.
They're wearing black armbands. Do you know the reason for it?
No, I don't. I was
okay.
supposed to find out at half time.
Doesn't matter. It's gone, mate. Next time. So Rainer Wells will shoot from 40 metres. He's gone back a long way, but he's kicking with a very slight breeze at the moment. This has been the scoring end all day. I think he might have just snuck that in, just waiting to see. Maybe not. He has. So well done to Koorda. Just when the fight back was coming from Beacon, another one on the board for Koorda. So that's the way to answer any goals. Hello, all the little tackers going past. They were the performers this morning. A fantastic start of the day here on the Beacon Oval. 3 junior games played at the same time. It was just so precious to see for me anyway. And usually you see one game going on, but the format here today's been fantastic.
Good to see plenty in the next generation, so
it
old
is.
blokes can retire from playing.
It is. So now the ball being brought back into the centre. Ruck tap won by Koorda actually. The player I can't identify at the moment, but anyway, the ball's been pushed out. It's still in the 50-metre box square in the centre, and the umpire will come in. One of them will come in and throw the ball up. So let's see if Koorda can continue that momentum, because they certainly had it from that throw up after that last goal. Plenty of players around it once again. Falling over and onto the ball was Jaden Applegate. Now there's 2 packs out there, and I don't know which one's got the ball.
Looks like Jaden's done something to his strap shoulder.
Josh Munns is down as well by the looks.
He's getting a bit physical now.
Yeah, it might be an injured ankle. That's number 13, is it?
Yeah, Josh Munns.
He's had a history of that, I think.
Oh, I know, his boots come off, I think.
He's getting a rest in.
That was an anti-climax.
Anyway, once again, they're all on their knees or haunches, so it's happened so much today. You go back to the first game we saw, we didn't see much of that, did we? We saw Muckabudden sort of jumping on the balls to box it up a bit.
Yeah, they were pretty clean, Kalani, weren't they?
Yeah, but anyway, as long as it's competitive, I'm happy.
Gee, well done.
Yeah.
That was good hands there.
Now the ball going forward through Beacon's Shaq Morton. Goes to Sinar forward. One player gets it. He's trying to look for a free kick. Good umpiring. Don't think it was there. Kicking out of defence now is Koorda's number 26, Alexander Steed. It's a cross half back now. Beacon have a free kick, and they'll come into the 50-metre arc with this kick. Player with a helmet on, haven't identified. The pass was brilliant. Finds his ruckman standing about 40 metres from goal, right in the slot, and he will turn around and have a shot. This is to the pavilion end of BENCUBBIN Oval. As number 2 is Corey Junk. So Beacon with a chance here. Another goal or 2 will bring this game to life again. And Beacon look like they're capable of kicking it. The way they started this quarter, they're a lot more organised out there. Let's looking at that, it looks like it's gone astray, has it? No, it's been a goal. So well done to Corey Junk.
Yeah, well called, Gary. Just about fell off my seat there, but it's good to see that Corey Junk's gone back and kicked another one. So Beacon have picked up where they left off in the half-time break there, and they're really in this game, aren't they?
Yeah, and we're 12 minutes into the third quarter, so there's still a half a quarter to go. 1.5 quarters to go, actually, so why not?
The way they're going,
yep.
Koorda are going to need a lift.
Just changed a couple of players. Number 16 for Beacon going on is Damien Munns, and 23 Lucas Andrews.
Yeah, I mean, you did mention the support to bring everything together today. Gary, just want to reiterate what you were saying with John and the whole Dartfish team on getting today up and running in the Shire of Mount Marshall for their support, and Delta Ag as well. So without them, we wouldn't have today possible, and all the volunteers from the BENCUBBIN Footy Club and Central Wheatbelt Footy League and all the hockey netball teams involved. It's great to be a part of such a really exciting community initiative, bringing all the sports together on one day, and we appreciate the work that's going on behind the scenes to bring it together, and for yourself for jumping on board. We know you've got a lot of work to do down the Ongerup Footy Association, so it's great to have you here as well, Gary.
Yeah, well, hopefully we're not going to play Central Wheatbelt this year at a Nutrient Ag, because we put into playing First Division, mate, after a 5 out of 5 and a premiership last year in Division 2. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen.
Well, you deserve to go up after your efforts at the country champs last year. It must have been a pretty big buzz around the league after, the efforts that the whole team and organisation put together association put together to get the win. It was great display of footy, and hopefully you can get up to Division 1 and have a red hot crack this year.
Yeah, well, that's the plan, but we've got to be granted that yet. The application's in anyway.
You have to get on to Brent Sheridan about that one. That's not my
I'll
role.
Maybe I'll get you to do some white hand into John Shadbolt for us.
Yeah, I think Shero's got the keys to you going up to Divi 1. So
we'll go where we're put, mate.
I know Shero's a big fan of filming footy, so he'll be listening today. So.
Yep.
Well, you might get a touch here, Chips.
It'll be my first one for the year now.
Okay, 14 minutes into the third quarter. Hopefully Beacon can hear me here. You got a chance here, Beacon, if you can get back into this game now over the next few minutes. Ball being thrown in front of the commentary position. One-sided affair as the player Ruckin for Koorda has kicked it out of bounds on the full across the half-forward line. And the left half-forward line in front of their dugout for Beacon.
Josh Munn's just put on the pressure there to effect the kick. Could have been easy for him to just let the Koorda ruckman run through and get it forward, but good bit of pressure there affected the kick, and now they've got a bowl in towards their end of the play, which is good.
It's no doubt in my mind this game's got more competitive since half time, so let's hope they can continue.
Who's got the fitness, Yates?
Well, I'd say Koorda boys got the fitness, but I did catch the end of Garthy's speech there as I was walking through the change rooms at half time, and he did have them fairly fired up. So
did it take you back to your days as a coach of the BENCUBBIN Footy Club?
Mate, he was a bit more inspirational than me.
Yeah, he's an inspirational player. A coach, I can't answer that. But anyway, the ball's been bottled up again.
Well, whatever he said at quarter and half time seemed to work. They've come out both the second and third quarter with a bit of buzz in their step, so he might have made some changes.
You got to keep going though. You can catch up, but you got to keep get in front then, and just build the momentum from there. And at the moment, they haven't been able to do it. Beacon, they had a 5-goal gap at one stage, so it hasn't happened. We did see a very good second quarter by in that first game
by Muck and Booten.
Yeah, that was a very good quarter for them, as it turned out.
It's the first game. It's always a little bit of rust and a little bit of heaviness in the legs. So, and
we go back to that word stability. The dominant side here at the end of the day might be the one that had most players together longer. That's something I always look at. But anyway, right now the dominant side is Koorda. They're dominant on the scoreboard, but also have ball in possession on right wing over underneath the scoreboard. Player taking the mark is Kerwin McTaggart. He brings it over to a teammate closer to the corridor, Travis Turner, who's been played in defence a bit today as well. Overrun it on that occasion was Blake Derbyshire, and now it comes to Mitchell Foote, the vice captain of Koorda, gets it down open space and danger for Beacon as he's kicked the goal, I think.
Nah, it's been touched on the line by Jay Munns. It was a good kick there by Mitch Foote, but couldn't get finished off, unfortunately.
He was cramped by the boundary line on that occasion, Foote, and Munns was great just to touch the ball and avoid a 6-pointer. So that was top football by both players. Now, this game's even got a bit more open now in the last few minutes, so this might be good.
Yeah,
good for a tight finish as now Beacon going forward through halfback James Poole, that puts it on his left boot. It's soccered towards Lachlan Dung, but let's see if Beacon get out of there. Now a Beacon player does put it in the corridor, so danger looming this time for Koorda. But Beacon, are they good enough to get the ball forward one more? No, good trap that time from the attempted kick by the Koorda defender. The ball's on the deck. In swoops the player in Shaq Morton. Handballs it to a teammate. It's a floater. No one wants to be under that, I can tell you. Finally it hits the deck. Now Koorda, equal to the task, will bring the ball out on the between left half-back and left wing. Player gathering for Koorda was Ryan Edwards. Handballs went astray. Now gathering is Albie Munns for Beacon, gets it up to the hard forward, but the defence of Koorda is resolute at the moment. The kick comes out. Chance now for Koorda to turn it back the other way. Brandon Poole has it. He can't see a player behind him. Has tackled. He kicks it up towards the half-forward line. No mark taken. Ball's on the ground. The big fella, Paulo Solomon, cleverly knocks it on to advantage his side, but reading it best. Another big kick out of defence by Koorda. Plenty of players underneath it. No one marks on this occasion. Busted through the pack, Brandon Poole again. No distance in the kick, giving Koorda another chance. 1-on-1 down half forward. The big play on. There's a couple of players behind to back him up. Open space out in Koorda way, and it can't get over past that wall though. It's turned back with a ricochet. Now a chance for Koorda. A low kick along the ground goes to Paul Zimmerman. He has a shot, and I think he's kicked the goal from there, one behind only, but boy did that turn around quickly.
Yeah, well called, Gary. That was some exciting play there, but Koorda just can't get the job done at the moment. They've had plenty of it and some really good opportunities in the past 5 minutes, but haven't been able to affect the scoreboard too much. So Beacon are just hanging on, and they're keeping themselves in it, or Koorda's kicking themselves out of it.
So Paul's been a very good player. Munns, Jay Munns. He breaks the box, goal box, and gets an extra 10 metres. Big man flying, no one marks. The roving was brilliant if it collected, and that was Matt Haggerty. Boy, that was great speed that he threw. No, it's not. It's Josh Munns. Magnificent. The ball thrown up again. Solomon wins it for Beacon, but it doesn't find blue and gold in the end. Gets socket off the ground. The umpire finds a free kick, and it will go to Koorda. That player being Thomas Standich. He's been fairly active today.
Gee, it's not a bad effort.
Yeah, good looking kick. Whether it's going to bounce through, is it? No, it might not. It's been kicked through though, off the ground. It's been kicked on his back, horizontal on his back by Paul Zimmerman, and I think he scored a goal.
I reckon it's been sorry,
Hayden Cook. I'm looking at the wrong team again. Hayden Cook's kicked that.
It's a behind.
Must have been touched.
So it's good work there by Tristan Wilbill.
That was fantastic.
And they're holding up. The pressure from the Beacon defence has been significant.
This game has improved out of sight.
And there's a 50-metre penalty.
The intensity's definitely lifted since half-time.
What was that for, Luke?
Oh, not sure, mate. Cookie was arguing.
Yeah, probably.
About the goal still.
Someone had their hands up.
Well, we've spent the whole day with each other. We haven't.
We need an umpire over here.
Anyway, it's
early days, Gary.
Koorda going out of defence. A chip kick over by Aaron Cuthbertson finds a teammate. Good kick to the open space. Beacon player there first though, Matt Dunn. Handballs to a teammate in Matt Lyon. He gets it down to a teammate in between left wing and left half forward who marks. So Beacon a chance now, kicking towards the pavilion end of BENCUBBIN Oval to get the Bombers a little bit closer if they can make good use of this. They have. There's a mark to Beacon. 35 metres, maybe 40 metres out, right in the slot there, so there's no trouble with this one if the player can go around and kick straight. Big chance here to make this game even closer.
Yeah, he's been lively up forward, Corey Junk. How many's he kicked, Luke?
Just a 2, mate.
He's taken his time. Now that's never a good sign.
This one will go straight through, Gary.
Well, when more you take your time, the worse chance you got, in my opinion. Why would you?
It's unless you're Ben Brown.
Oh, he's missed that one.
I got it right that time.
How many cartons do you owe now, Chips?
Yeah, at least a couple.
I don't know why they do that. I mean, that even happens at AFL level. Anyway, the ball being kicked out now. Beacon might have spoiled a ripe chance there. The ball in the hands of Travis Turner. He's impressed me. He's done a lot of good stuff out there. Gets it to a teammate who could take a bounce. Has taken one bounce and a kick. Looking for the lead up front. Good lead and a great kick that time. And Hayden Cook marks. 55 from goals. Angle's not that bad. Plenty of players are down there. The closest one to goals will Beacon player, so he goes to a Parsons Derbyshire on his knees, takes the mark 40 metres out directly in front. Great, smart football, Koorda from the back line.
Yeah, and just show their class there, Koorda. You're talking about sustainability before, Gary, and this is probably one of the sides within the Central Wheatbelt Footy League. Luke, you'll be obviously be able to attest that have probably had their core group together for one of the longest periods of time out of all the teams.
Yep.
Koorda, yep. So they...
As he kicks that one through.
I think he has.
It's a good goal on the siren for Koorda. Yeah, so looking around 90% returners.
So what's that?
Are returning, so...
Yeah, so they've been a solid outfit for a number of years, and you could see, you know, the likes of Cook linking up there with Derbyshire. There are a few players that have played with each other for a couple of years now, and great finish to the quarter there by Koorda.
So 10-3 to 6-6. So Beacon have kicked 3 goals 1 that quarter to Koorda's 3 goals 1 as well. So same margin as half time. So run through the goal kickers for us then, boys, and your better players up until 3/4 time. And where do you think and who do you think can win it with this last quarter, please?
Yeah, Luke's got the goal kickers to kick things off.
I'm supposed to, but I think I've missed a few. So, yeah, we've added a couple. Wellesley, Rainer Wells kicked a goal there. Turner for Koorda. Beardy from Beacon kicked another one. Junk had a couple of cracks, but he didn't. He's got 2 in total, but he didn't add to the scoreboard as much as he should have. The amount that he had it in the forward line there. Shaq Morton has one, and Albie kicked one as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think for the best players. Beacon, Corey Junk obviously had a couple of shots on goal there. He was pretty lively up forward. Shaq Morton, he's also been pretty solid all day, and the 2 Munns brothers, Josh and Jay Munns down back and Josh through the middle. I think they kept Beacon in it, for that quarter there, and give them a chance going into the last. And then for Koorda, Ryan Greaves, the captain, and Mitch Foote, the vice captain, have been pretty solid all day. Jaden Applegate, number 7 out of the middle, has been pretty good as well. And Blake Derbyshire with the finish on the siren there. I think that was going to be, or is going to be, a pretty important goal towards the finish of the game. And he's kicked a few for the game as well. And even, you know, the stalwarts of Hayden Cook up forward, he's had a couple of good efforts there as well. So, yeah, a few of their more experienced players are linking up and getting on the end of it, but set it up for a pretty good finish.
Yeah, well, Devonshire is an annoying player for an opposition because he pops up at the wrong time for them.
Yeah.
For the Koorda side, it's a good thing.
Definitely. And it was a clutch finish there. Like, Beacon managed to probably affect 3 or 4 scores towards the end that should have been goals and only resulted in behinds. And
well, Beacon had that chance. Taking that long for that kick was stupidity in my mind.
Obviously, the miss from Corey Junk wasn't ideal there, but he's provided a bit of a target for him.
Anyway.
But definitely, yeah, the way Derbyshire finished them was really important for Koorda going into the last, because they should be probably 5 or 6 goals in front, but they're only 4 goals at the moment. Can you see Beacon getting
closer from here or not?
What do you think, Luke?
Anything's possible, mate.
Yeah, I think they're going to finish the game off well. Like, they've been chipping away since quarter time all day, so I think the momentum's with Beacon. I do think Koorda's probably going to have too much class at the end of the day, but I think Beacon will chip a few goals off that margin.
Certainly their third quarter was their best, and of course Garth Taylor's probably going to be the one to bring it out of them if they do get closer. But I just want to remind listeners that after this game we've got Rebecca Fusch-Litzscher, the president of the Central Wheatbelt Football League, and Lauren Yates, the executive officer of the Central Wheatbelt Winter Sports, in an interview, and I'm sure we can have at least you, maybe Luke, to join us for that.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
We can do the same.
And how did Gary go with the pronunciation of Beck's last name there, Luke?
He had it right before we started, so he checked with her and he nailed it. And it's Fusch-Bischler. So
Bischler?
There you go.
Oh, not
He's
R.
onto it. And that's not even my handwriting.
Okay.
I might just run through the second game of the hockey's just wrapped up, so
do that.
I might just run through the hockey scores while we've got a chance. So the Mucka girls have avenged the boys from footy. They've won 11-0 over Killarney. Best for Mucka was Lauren London, and the best for Killarney was Kirsten McKay. So that's a big win for Mucka hockey girls. Massive. Over Killarney there. And the game played earlier, the Koorda versus Beacon game in the hockey, Koorda won 3-0 to Beacon. So goals for Koorda were Lana Foote got 2, Lauren Bear had 1, and the best players were Amber Cook. And coach's award for Koorda was Carissa Lawrence. Best for Beacon was Emma Harris, and coach's award was Megan Beagley. So
what about the netball there? The Koorda was significant winners in the first game. How'd the second game end up?
So I ran through the first game earlier, but the second game of netball was very close. And when I checked it half time,
that must have been where all the spectators went.
They must have been in there. It was pretty noisy. At half time, Mucka were up by 3, but Killarney got the job done 45-43 over Mucka. So Killarney's best player was Moranti Ryder, and Mucka's was Gianna Adams. So some really good game there too.
Yeah, and as we've touched on before, thanks again to the Delta Ag Solutions for the sponsorship of the round 1 for CWFL, and obviously we've got all the netball, hockey and juniors participating in all 3 sports out here at the BENCUBBIN Recreation Ground today, and also the Shire of Mount Marshall for sponsoring the live stream of the footy and the 2 recordings of the netball and hockey, 4 recordings for each of those 2 games as well today. So really grateful for the support for everyone involved, and for Dartfish and everyone coming out, and the volunteers for putting on the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Meantime, the ball has been kicked out of defence by Koorda. Comes to the complex side of the ground. Chance for Beacon now. Player tries to outrun his player. He's been tackled. Superb football that time by Borders Travis Turner. He has definitely been in a handful of top players for Koorda today, as far as I've seen. He's been fantastic. Kick goes and finds its mark too, and that player is another good player, Bo Harwich. And he's taken the mark. He's not he's taken his time too. Not sure where to go. In fact, he might get cornered here. He got very close to getting and losing the ball, getting cornered and losing the ball. But now there's a free mark paid, And that goes to teammate in Rainer Wells. He goes to a man standing all alone. At the time of the kick, he was not alone. He had a Beacon player on him who somehow got distracted away from him, and taking the mark all by himself was Mitch Norton. Can't believe what I just saw.
Sensational, Gary, and well called. Can you go back and kick it?
Yes. He will.
Roost.
No, he won't reach.
I tell you what, I reckon he
will.
has.
He has. So well done. That's sort of like a nail in the coffin, that one.
I don't think you've missed one prediction today either.
Oh, have I?
No, okay. You haven't.
That just goes to show the less you know about something, the better you are, right?
Yeah, it's a great finish there, and obviously...
Don't ever put me in a tipping competition, mate. I could never win it.
Yeah. And have we got an update, Luke, on how many we've had through the gate today?
Oh, we might have done there, Chips. Yeah, it's pretty good outcome. I think it's up around what we get for final. So yeah, 700 was the number I saw.
That's
which
amazing.
Is pretty handy. I can't remember if it was the semis or the grand final last year, but
well, 2011 has BENCUBBIN having a population of 294, which is a lot less in 2023. So to get 700 people out here at the sport is no doubt a significant, obviously result for the league and everyone involved.
When we sat down for the meeting and we're running through the idea, we were sort of trying to guess what we were going to get through the gate. I reckon that's a very good outcome.
Yeah, 700 is significant, and it's good to see that there's probably still about 600 and 650 people still here.
Well, I have to come clean, Luke. I'm sorry, but I never paid because I was here before the gatekeeper.
Oh, we'll get you in the bar, I reckon.
Okay. I don't drink, mate.
Yeah, no, there's non-alcoholic options out here in BENCUBBIN, and obviously soft drinks and water as well.
Right. Koorda have a mark in between the left half-back and the left wing position on the complex side. That kicker finds his mark, and that kicker is number 7, Jaden Applegate. Marker is Ryan Edwards. He has a beautiful pass. The lead was immaculate as well. Taking the mark is Bo Harwich. Boy, he's had a very good game. Look at that pass. Straight to the point. Trouble is, a couple of other players were there as well at the end of it. Now the ball's on the ground, but it's still about 40 metres
he got
from
through
goal.
there, Josh?
Yeah,
Munns.
Tight fit, like water, snuck through. Now the chance for
they're
Beacon
out here as
in
well.
the
He's
middle.
gone!
Tackle.
He did not know he was there.
No, he didn't, and obviously wasn't told about it. Anyway, a free kick, and rightly so, to Koorda's Ryan Greaves. Another good player for the Maroon and Gold today. He's found a teammate in Rainer Wells. Mark's easy. Plenty of open spaces in the forward line for Koorda at the moment, which is a bit strange.
He'll pass this off, Cookie. He does it every time.
Right, so that's the Hayden Cook kick. Looking for a teammate. 1 against 3 there, and the 3 Beacon win, but the Beacon kick's terrible. Travis Turner's marked it for Koorda and then passed it back into the corridor. Player mark will go back from outside the 50-metre arc, though.
He won't pass this off, would he, Mitch Foot?
Mitchell Fort, you know a bit about him.
So.
Vice captain of Koorda. He's, you don't you think he's got the kicking distance in him against the wind?
He's got a good left foot.
Yeah, it looks good. It hasn't reached, though, I don't think. It's marked just before the line. The goal line, or behind the goal line, and now, but Koorda with another chance. Here's a kick, a high shot for a goal. Pulled off his kick, Mitchell Applegate, as the ball departed his foot, and a free kick now will go to Jay Munns.
They need to kick it out the other side and get it away from Ryan Edwards. He's stopped it every time.
He has. And how have you rated Ryan's game today, Luke?
Oh, yeah, he's been pretty handy, especially the last, half a quarter or so. I was going to mention he was 2021's Jeffreys medal and leading goal scorer. So
I was about to say he's had some big days against BENCUBBIN.
Oh, he definitely has. He's taken a few bags home.
Beacon play just right on the ground. I might take a mark here. No,
he heard him coming.
Yeah, he couldn't get it. Picks it up now, though. That's Sean Wheatley, trouble for Koorda breaking up the trouble that was looming actually. Player Corey Junk was about to mark a nice pass to him, left wing. Beacon with a chance. Now a kick across towards Mitchell Foot. He's got two opponents to beat. Of course, Koorda one out in that position, and a Koorda mark right in front of the broadcast position here at BENCUBBIN. A couple of players leading for Koorda to gather this ball, which bounced off the deck. Beacon player over, pushed it out, tackle, player in the back, and will receive a free kick for Koorda. The offender on that occasion was Lachlan Dunn, and the receiver of the free kick is Jaden Applegate. He's at right half forward for the Koorda side, kicking towards the pavilion end. A mark there in defence though. That was taken by Josh Munns for Beacon. His kick's wayward. Umpire calls play on despite the mark, and now throwing the play to the ground will give a free kick to Koorda's Travis Hanning. So Travis is 55 from goal probably.
There's Applegate coming off for a rest. He's probably been in your best players today, Gary.
Yeah, another. Geez, there've been a lot of good players today, isn't there? Hard to pick. I
was going to mention that to Gary, that that's another name that he's mentioned a lot. He's been on the bottom of a lot of packs today, and he probably deserves a rest he's just gone off for.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you reckon? He deserves a pair of these Archie's support thongs as well?
I left that job to you two, remember?
I don't know if they're his style. Right, be more double plugger.
Now Beacon with a chance, kick into the centre. Taking it and kicking long is Sean Wheatley, looking for his teammate down there in Ben Dunn. Can't mark. Oh, good hard football though by Koorda. Who wants the ball more desperately? That's what I ask. I think it's the maroon and goal at the moment. Although that was nicely stolen from Koorda. Umpire said throw, and the kick will go to Koorda's way. Good calling by the umpire. Called play on straight away when they had the advantage. Now gathering the ball for Koorda is Mitchell Norton. Kicks it up towards the half forward flank. So trouble here for Beacon if they can't clear it, but they have. Kick goes, two players focused on each other, forgot about the ball. The ball's on the deck. One of them picking it up is Mitchell Foot for Koorda. Gets it up to the corridor, missing the mark but trying to regather was Aaron Cuthbertson. He's been held without the ball. Good umpiring once again. I tell you what, the Central Wheatbelt Football League have got some superb umpires.
Yeah,
I can't remember a bad decision today. I really can't.
They have been very good today.
Been fantastic.
Don't give Shane too big a head.
Absolutely.
He did ask me at half time how they were going. I thought I was pretty happy with them.
Yeah, no doubt.
They are very hard to come by at the moment, the umpires. Just recently up in the Pilbara in the Fortescue National Football League, and they've got 2 games to cover. Only had 3 umpires registered for the season. So we're very lucky to have the quality of umpires we do out in the Central Wheatbelt, and they've done a sensational job today. So hopefully we see a few more put their hand up to get involved throughout the year.
I think umpiring football is like life. Whoever is the rules for both sides.
Yep.
And if it's paid that way, it's great umpiring.
And it's great to hear Luke with his knee injuries looking as a transition out of footy to put his hand up to be a Central Wheatbelt umpire.
We've been into that, mate. I got dirty looks out of that. Thank you very much.
Probably abused too many to become one.
Now, where's the ball on after all that?
Koorda's kicking a goal again.
Yeah, Norton, yep.
Ryan Edwards again.
And how are your numbers down in Ongerup, Gary, for umpires
no
this
good,
year?
mate. We've changed the rules with boundary umpires. We're not having them this year.
Last touch rule. I've heard there's a few leaks.
Starts today, by the way. No, we're going to have the old rule where the last one out, or the umpire decides if it's thrown up between 2 players. Because we've ended up like this in the league now, and we're not having it. Yeah. So. Newdigate and Jerramungup are
you know where to find quality boundary umpires anyway, so...
Yeah. Well, what you're doing is a great thing. I'm going to bring this up, but I know what they'll say. They've already said it. But anyway, we're experimenting something, and that's only for the first series of 5 games, and then we'll decide. Yeah. And our next general meeting is actually by internet, so that's a first for our association. Yeah.
Oh, well, good to hear.
So netball, hockey down that way?
Yeah, hockey's very healthy. We have a couple of divisions.
So they wouldn't look. They don't really follow the football. As far as I'm asking like the way that we've been able to get all the sports on one day. We've been doing that forever. Yeah,
from the start.
Yep.
Yeah, the women never started the same time as the OFA. We started in 1963. The women started about 10, 15 years later.
Yeah.
But we've always had the three sports.
Oh, that's good.
Hockey, netball and football.
A lot of other leagues are trying to get on the same page as well.
Same as us. We play on a Saturday as well, but our juniors are played reserves first, then the juniors and then our league.
Yep.
We find
they're out here.
Yeah. They were out, Beacon, that's who we're talking about, but tell you what, you can't get water past Koorda at the moment in their defensive magic. Just playing on to the final siren, which is still 15 minutes away, but they're making it drag out. Anyway, there's a Beacon free kick through all that, and that will go to Beacon, Gary. Lucas Andrews. Now, Koorda through Jaden Applegate gets the ball up to the left half forward on the scoreboard side, and the ball's been debated between both sides. Koorda handballing backwards to get the advantage. Finally, a kick from a Koorda player goes into the arc, the attacking arc, picked up though by Albie Munns for Beacon. Can't find a gold and blue jumper, and it gets sent back into the left forward pocket on the scoreboard side for Koorda, and there'll be a throw-in. Or has the ball gone out of bounds on the floor?
Yeah, Mitchell Foot's pretty good by using his foot skills there, but unfortunately missed that one. He hasn't missed too many targets today, but that one's gone off the side.
Yeah, chance for Koorda. There would have been a chance for Koorda if number 20 was on the ground in the forward pocket, but at the moment it's all Beacon. Has the ball been brought out by Jay Munns, and Koorda just can't. They're like piranhas, just biting at the heels the whole day. You can't get rid of them, mate. As soon as you have possession, they're there.
That's what they're known for.
Piranhas. Maybe got a new name, have they? Actually, I found Kalani were like that as well. Maybe we've seen the top two teams this season today. Who knows? Anyway. They
have been for a good decade or so, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, funnily enough, Koorda, that's what they do every game. But that's their Achilles heel as well, if you know what I mean. If you do that to them, they really don't like it.
I reckon the biggest...
So you've got a few plans up your sleeve for next week, Luke, when BENCUBBIN take on Koorda.
Well, we've been trying that one for a few years. They just do it better than Benny do.
Well, another thing Ken Armstrong told me one day was when we've got the ball, we're attackers. When they've got the ball, we're defenders, no matter where you play on the field. And most teams don't know that one. Easy miss for Beacon from in front, 20 metres in front, and 23 has kicked it behind. Lucas Andrews, he'll be kicking himself next. Yeah, and that's so true. A lot of players like to do the attacking things of football, but aren't prepared to do the hard.
That's the main problem with it, with that theory.
Well, that's what we're talking about right now. What we're seeing, Koorda have switched on, and even if you play on someone and don't get a kick, as long as you make him earn his kick, that's all your aim is. I saw Eagles win their last grand final because not Lee Matthews, it's Nathan Buckley forgot to pick up Jeremy McGovern.
Yeah.
Because he was playing in defence, but no one was bothered to even stop him. Why weren't they standing on him, competing with him? Anyway, let's get back to what's in front of us. This time, another shot for goals, missed everything. And that again, the same player as Lucas Andrews. I don't think I could do any better, Lucas, so I shouldn't be saying anything. 18 minutes into the final quarter on the Delta Agribusiness scoreboard. 5 goals, 8 I think to 12 goals, whatever.
The umpires are getting a bit of coaching from the bench here. From Shane, he's giving them what for?
Yeah.
Telling them where they need to be.
Righto, so now a mark across right half back by Koorda's Mitchell Foot. He's actually going back.
Missed another one.
Yeah.
He'll come back to him.
This is just a little bit of embarrassment, I would say, for the opposition.
Yeah, he's coming off for a well-earned rest, is Mitch.
Mitchell Foot. 1 foot ahead of the other. So now the ball will be thrown in. Right in front of the broadcast position. Again, it's Koorda looks like have the upper hand in that. No, it spills back, and Beacon with the next chance. Hard work in there by all players. Very hard when it's in that close. The umpire looks like he could be a good player in those conditions. Big boy, probably played rugby. No one gathers the ball from the ruck tap. Beacon player trying hard was Josh Munns. Ball overran it.
Yeah, good second effort.
Oh, great pick up that time by Norton. He's kicked the ball down just past the wing, but it's brought back by Jay Munns. Now it's going to go back the other way by Travis Turner for Koorda. Gets it to Jaden Applegate. Gets it up to centre half forward. Danger looming here for Beacon if they're not good enough. This time they bring the ball to the deck. Players fall over there on the ball, and I think there'll be a ball up. So we're 10 minutes to go in this game, and we're right in front of goals down the pavilion end, which suits Koorda on BENCUBBIN Oval. Big day about to close, but we do have a very special interview after the game, so stay tuned for that one. As Beacon are working hard to get it away from the goals for Koorda. Now a handball, nice long handball, but unfortunately the recipient, Solomon, can't handle it. It goes back into the Koorda forward line, and the mark there to Bo Harwich. He's going to have a shot.
Yeah, he's had a good day, Bo.
Making the mistake that most footballers make. Don't face the goals even when you're moving back. He's just put it under his arm and walked towards us. How did he know there wasn't a player standing by himself?
He's going for his third goal here, Bo.
Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Now he told me why. That was a beautiful kick.
Come back nicely, hasn't it?
Yeah, very confident. I suppose when things go right, they keep going right.
And he's been in your best today, Bo Harwich.
Sorry?
He's been in your best players.
Yeah, I haven't been picking best, but the consistency of both the winning teams has been very good, and that's the consistency that's going to have 2 wins today, obviously. And that's what you expect with football or with any sport. I mean, I'm sure who played Dockers yesterday? Someone, Gold Coast
Suns, yeah.
I know at one stage they were a good margin in front of Dockers, and they blew it. They just weren't consistent enough.
Yeah, they did look like they were home, Gold Coast, but Dockers just kept chipping away and ended up winning by a couple of goals. So
did you like their jumpers?
Yeah, they have been. Yeah, the jumpers have been good this round. Even Adelaide's on Thursday. Freo's yesterday were really good. So not sure what the other sides wore today, but
I didn't watch it. I only heard it on radio coming up. But anyway.
And Luke was talking about for the Central Wheatbelt to gather around next year. All the teams are looking to get kitted out in new jumpers as well.
Beacon going ahead with a kick to the half forward line. Good effort to mark that time by Kerwin McTaggart. He's a very strong player, McTaggart. When he's been in the play, he's looked like the only one that's going to win the ball. He's impressed me too. $13 goals 5 is the score for Koorda. 5 goals 9 for Beacon. As the siren goes to end this match and put Beacon out of their misery, and well done to both our winners today in Kalani and now Koorda. They've been very good, and deserved the wins. So the final scores in this one: 13 goals 5 to 5-9, 13-5 to 5-9. And unfortunately it turned out to be a one-sided affair at the end. But anyway, over to you two boys now to just wrap up, and then we'll thank our people that have helped with the day and then get into our interview.
Yeah, starting off with Beacon, Brendan Beard kicked 2 goals, number 30. Number 2, Corey Junk, kicked 2 goals. He probably had 3 or 4 behinds there as well. He could have really had a day out for Beacon, but finished on the 2. Shaquille Morden, number 4 for Beacon, had 1 goal, as well as Albie Munns, number 5, who was instrumental in the midfield for Beacon. Going over to Koorda, Hayden Cook had a goal in the first quarter. He might have had a couple more, as the scorer is telling me now. It looks like Koorda are about 15 goals short here, but
I've missed a few.
Blake Derbyshire had saying 2 on the score sheet, but I think he had at least 4. Bo Harwich had 3, but potentially 5.
I reckon I had about 50%.
Who else have we got looking down here? Travis Henning, number 13, he had 2 goals. And we've also got Raina Wells had a goal, and also Ryan Edwards, number 10, had a couple as well. So, yeah, the goal scorers there were a bit light on, but obviously plenty of goal scorers all around.
Yeah, I'll go through who I think's was best today. We'll start with Koorda, the winners. Mitch Foote was pretty good all around the ground. I don't know, I didn't have him down for any goals, but do you remember him kicking any goals, Mitch Foote? He must have kicked a couple.
I thought he kicked the first one, didn't he?
Yeah, I wasn't that good then, was I?
Mitch Foote had 2, and yeah, he missed 3 or 4.
I had Apples, Jaden Applegate. He was really good everywhere around the ground, especially with his sore shoulder, still getting amongst it and on the bottom of those packs and just getting the hard ball out. Tom Stanich, I heard his name mentioned a fair few times. A good run around the ground. And Blake Derbyshire I had for Koorda as well. He was really solid up front with a bag of goals as well. For Beacon, Corey Junk with his couple of goals and hard work around the ground. Brandon Poole, the little fella, he
tried hard all day, didn't he?
Little powerhouse, didn't give up all day. Corey Collins, Josh Munns as normal, and Paulie Zimmons, I think he might have gone off with an injury, but he had a really good first half of footy. I would have liked him to have finished out the game. He's got an ice pack on his knee at the moment, which is not real good. But
yeah, how'd you rate Josh Munns' return to the Beacon Footy Club? He's obviously had a spell in the Waffle Reserves last year, and good to see he's back in the Central Wheatbelt. How'd you rate his game today?
Yeah, he's looking pretty fit. So yeah, I'd expect to see him up there.
He ran hard all day, didn't he?
Up there in the votes at the end of the year. Yeah, doing his bit for Beacon. We're just about to get into the awards for this game.
And we've just handed over the mic to Delta Ag Solutions, who are the league sponsor of the round today. And we also thank the Shire of Mount Marshall for their support of the Dartfish streaming. And for the team coming out, we've got John behind the filming today, which has been great for John to come out. And we've also got Gary on the mic, and we've also got the whole team in production as well, that we are very grateful for all the support that they've provided today, and for all the volunteers from BENCUBBIN Footy Club and the league for putting today on. So we'll pass over now to
Steady.
So Delta Ag, named sponsors of the day. Congratulations to you all. It's been a fantastic day. Thank you again to Central Wheatbelt Footy for allowing us to be sponsors. I didn't mention earlier, but I'd like to say thank you to the town of BENCUBBIN for putting on a fantastic day of country sport. It's our 4th year of being sponsors. Previously we were David Gray's AgLink. So on beginning of this year we merged our name with Delta Ag in the east to give us a bit of a national footprint. A lot of this is about giving back to communities that support us and our local stores and agents. So a big thank you to them, and very, very proud to be involved in this and giving back to communities as well. It goes a long way in keeping small towns alive, and also getting around and having a chinwag and a beer with the boys at the footy is really good for mental health breaks. So yeah, long may it live. Just straight on to best on ground with just Ryan Edwards, Koorda. Would like to come forward? There you go, mate. Thank you very much.
Mate. Who are you got?
Delta Ag, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Appreciate
Cheers. Good day, thank you. Oh,
Cheers.
all good. Super.
Thanks to Delta Ag. Without sponsors out here, you can't play this sort of game and have these sort of days like this. So thanks a lot. Thanks to Beacon, right on, boys. And good season to you.
Best on ground today from Delta Ag.
Eddie.
Okay, I think Daniel and
Away, mate. Good game.
going to present the awards for the Archie footwear, and there's also a beanie that's they're welcome to win.
Yeah, we've got Ryan Edwards out here, the best on ground today for the Koorda Footy Club, who had a good win over Beacon. Ryan, good to see still putting the boots on for Koorda and having a significant role for the team. How'd you find today's game?
Hard, mate, to be honest. But yeah, starting to feel it as we get a bit older. But we've got some really, really good young guys, and that's what we're here. We're here to support them. And I'm not too sure about this. I think there's a lot better players than me out there. But great to be back out here and have a good hard slog against Beacon, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned those young guys in your team. Obviously, you've got a few of the younger players that are really stepping up, like Greavesy, who's obviously the captain of the club. He's obviously a part of that group you're talking about. Who else has really stood up for the club today?
We've got like the likes of Rainer Wells. He's our assistant coach this year. Young Aaron, who played a few positions today, tall fellow with long hair. I think it's one of his first years at footy, and he put his heart and soul into today, and it showed. He was really, really impressive, and all these young guys out here, they're giving 100%, so it's really good.
Yeah, great to see, and thanks for joining us, Ryan. Enjoy the prizes that you've got and the Archie thongs there, mate. There's obviously a couple of selections there for you, so take them along, and we thank Archie for their sponsorship.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Okay, do we have a award for the losing side, Beacon, or not?
Yeah, we'll go grab hand the thongs out to the other.
Oh, okay. Right, so is that you done for the day then?
Did you want to do it live? Alright, yeah, we'll go. I'll tell them to come out for a photo. Are you doing an interview?
Yeah, okay, we'll just have the interview. And we got our special guests there. We've got, what have we got? Luke Yates as well to help us with this one. He's more aware of it, but welcome from the Central Wheatbelt Football League, Rebecca Fuschblitzler as president. Did I get that close?
Very close.
It's as bad as Bartholomew's, I'll tell you. You better get this a bit closer. And joining Rebecca is Central Wheatbelt Winter Sports Executive Officer Lauren Yates. Welcome, Lauren.
Thank you.
Now let's get started. You've had the day start and finish. Your thoughts first, Rebecca. What do you think about the way this was all planned, not knowing where it was going to take us and where it's ended up?
Yeah, it was an idea that came up after we have always had our semi-finals as a double header for all three sports, and so it's a really big day for our league, and the idea came up to have that as the season opener, and it's been an amazing experience, I think, from the juniors that started at 11 a.m. and all the way through to the last footy game just finished. So yeah, it's great atmosphere and yeah, a great turnout and it have had the really good weather. So
excellent. Your thoughts, Lauren, on it?
I think it's been extremely successful. We've had 694 through the gate for the day, so that's brilliant, which I think a doubleheader we usually get about 600, so that's above that. And it's all ran really smoothly. I'm really happy with how the day's gone, yeah. Yeah,
so you think it's something that could be copied in future?
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that we could look forward to in the future.
You can do a little tweaking to see if it can even run smoother, and it could be something that could last a long time. I as a visitor, I'm just so impressed with it. Fantastic.
Yeah, I think that definitely with the feedback and we'll definitely look at doing it again and maybe sharing it around with the other towns and the other venues. But Benny has done an amazing job today for organising and ironing out all those teething problems. So it's
Luke, you got something to ask?
Yeah, I think one thing I noticed is like we know that it's a really good day when we do have it for the semis, but everyone's got that added pressure of we've got to rush because we've got the vote count afterwards, and everyone's got the pressure of playing the finals and whatnot. Whereas today it was really relaxed and really ran really well. Little bit more of a gap between the two footy games, I reckon, would have been a lot better. Other than that, I reckon it was perfect. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Lauren, you're in a position where you got more sports than the 3 sports we saw here today, aren't you? In your position with the Central Week or winter sports, is it more than the 3 sports in that come under that umbrella?
No, it's just the 3 sports. Okay. Yeah, yep. Just today was beneficial to have the combined junior games in junior netball and junior footy. The numbers were incredible. Watching all the little people out there today was amazing.
You try to keep them away if you ever put it on again.
Yeah, it was
fantastic.
Brilliant to see.
Anything you want to mention now before we close down?
No, I'd just like to extend our thanks to the BENCUBBIN community, the Shire of Mount Marshall as well for hosting and doing as much as they have done. It's just been a great day and thanks to you guys for coming out definitely looking forward to the rest of the season and working towards
Lauren, anything to finish off with?
I think Beck's covered it all. Yeah.
Thank you, girls, then, and Luke, at you. Anything else you want to say?
Just thanks to you again, Gary. Yeah, and I think it's all been mentioned, but thanks for helping out to make today successful. And I think it's a very good launch to the season for Central Wheatbelt.
I wish you all the best in your combined sports and the Central Wheatbelt League. Good luck to you, and maybe we'll get another chance. But before we close down, I just want to thank John Douglas and Bailey Powell over here from Dartfish Australia, the sponsors, Shire of Mount Marshall and Delta Agribusiness and the Central Wheatbelt Football League, and my special comments men in Luke Yates and Daniel Murphy. We hope your season has started well today and will continue likewise throughout. This is Gary Bartholomew's wishing you all the best in shooting for your goals.
Yep. Good start.